Hey guys, in this UiPath video, we are going to learn about UiPath Click Trigger Activity. We are going to also see multi-click trigger activity. How can you use multiple click trigger activities? We are also going to get the args variable understanding that you have, and then we will also use a switch case to determine how the action can be performed. So all this in this one video you are going to see. So let's get started. First of all, let's delete this, and in the UiPath activity panel, search for trigger. And if you scroll down, you have an option known as trigger scope. So drag and drop the trigger scope. This is very important when you are dealing with any kind of a trigger activity in UiPath. Now, within this trigger section and action section, what we are going to do, let me show you. As in this video, we are going to learn the click trigger activity. Let's drag and drop the click trigger activity. Done, pretty simple. Now, on the click trigger activity, there are multiple options. Mouse button, if you hit on the drop down, you have button left, button right, button middle. So generally, I will go with a button left. That means this click trigger activity in UiPath is going to monitor if on a user interface, if there is some kind of a click activity is happening, it can monitor. So for this, let's open something called rpachallenge.com. Okay, now in the rpachallenge.com website, I'm going to monitor if someone is going to click on this. If somebody clicks, I would like to get a count. Okay, count number 1, count number 2, count number 3. So it is going to continuously monitor this particular page on my screen. So how this can be done through UiPath, let's have a look. Okay, now for that, let's go to UiPath Studio, and here on the click trigger activity, very simple, click on the indicate element, and the element you would like to monitor, highlight that. Okay, if this does not work, that means you may have to, if you are dealing with Google Chrome, then ensure your UiPath add-in is installed. Okay, and it's enabled. So for me it is enabled, so it is able to detect it. So go with rpachallenge.com. Okay, now once this is done, let's come to the action section. Now in the action section, if somebody clicks on submit, what I want to do, I can design. Now first of all, let's understand what this arg variable is all about. Now for that, let's use a simple message box, and there are multiple properties of this variable which I'm going to show one by one. So let's drag and drop the message box. Okay, there are multiple properties, so I'm going to show you. Let's start with args dot. Okay, the first property that is event info. I'm going to show what is event info. Copy paste, and the second property I want to see dot, that is trigger name, very important property. Okay, so remember this. Now the next one I would like to show you, args dot, getting it. Now the next property is trigger type, and there is copy paste, and I'm going to show you the other one, trigger type dot, there is something called, there are also other properties, assembly, attribute, but again we'll go with full name. Okay, these are the different properties of the args variable that is available here. Okay, now let's see, the moment somebody clicks on the submit button, what are the details gathered by this variable through these properties we are going to check. So let's do it. Let's first of all run it, and then open the rpachallenge.com site and keep it aside. Okay, I want to make it slightly small so that we can see it at the background. Okay, now what happened, we have initiated the project, and the UiPath click trigger activity is monitoring the button. Now look at it, it's actually monitoring the button. Now if anybody who is going to click on this button, the moment somebody clicks on this button, it is going to trigger the action. It's going to collect all the required information, and whatever you have mentioned under the action section is going to act on that. So let me hit on submit. So what happened? Immediately from the trigger option, it got to know, okay, somebody has clicked on it and it got activated. Getting it? It's continuously monitoring. Now UiPath.core.eventinfo is the output of this property. Okay. Now you can decide what are the things that you need. I'm going to tell you which is the important one. The trigger name is very important one. Now look at this click trigger input. Why this click trigger input is coming? Tell me. This is the name of the button. This is the name of the button. So whatever the name you are going to give, it's going to capture that. So this is very important to build an action. I am going to show you. Now click on OK. So important, just make a note, args.trigger name is very important. Now this is core.activities. I don't think I will be using this. And even trigger type click.trigger version 2, I don't think I am going to use it. So the very important one is args.trigger name. So let's stop it. So this is going to continuously monitor. If somebody would like to control it, highlight the trigger scope, and here you have the option known as one time. By doing one time, it's going to monitor only for the one time. Okay, this much we have understood. Now let's understand the multi-click trigger. What is this multi-click trigger? I can use multiple click trigger activities, right? And how to use that? That is important. Okay, let's drag second click trigger. Let me drag one more click trigger. So how many click trigger total? There are 3 click trigger activities on the UiPath designer panel. Now the second one, I am going to open the rpachallenge.com. I am going to highlight the start button. Okay, so this one is submit button, the other one I'm going to indicate is the start button. Done. Now the third one I'm going to hit on indicate. I'm going to indicate the download button. Clear? Now the other important thing I would like to do is to change the names of this. Okay, instead of input I'm going to say trigger number 1 instead of button, because it's going to pick the names as per the selection that you have made on the user interface. So instead of a button I'm going to delete this and I'm going to say 2. Now similar way, instead of this I'm going to delete everything. Okay, so on this one I'm going to remove everything and I'm going to say 3. Fine. Now what we have done, click trigger number 1, trigger number 2, trigger number 3 we have created. Now this is very important in the sequence, how you have to design using a switch case. Okay, so we got to know that args.trigger name is one of the important property which we will be using, which generally shows me the trigger name. With that, you must have got the idea by now. What I'm going to do is using a switch activity. You can also use the if activity, up to you. So switch activity I'm going to use, and here in the switch activity I'm going to say args.trigger. I said you right. What is the important property? Trigger name. I'm going to use the trigger name property. Done. Now after this I am going to define my new cases. Now what is the name of the first trigger? Because it's going to show the trigger names, right? args.trigger name is going to show the trigger names. So I'm going to copy the names, and in the add new case I'm going to simply paste it. Do not use a double quote because I'm going to a not valid value of integer 32. First of all, change this. Okay. So it's not letting me. First delete this, go here, select the case to string. Done. Now hit on add new case and paste it. Okay, no double quotes. Now click trigger 2. Let me copy the name once again. Copy, add new case, paste. Done. Now let's do for the third one. Copy the display name, go down, and in the third one I'm going to paste it. So now what happened? We have designed the entire UiPath switch case with the trigger name, with the trigger title I have already created. Now I want to define each action. Okay, let's use a message box. This is very interesting. Okay, this is very interesting and very useful activity. one of the UiPath useful activity. So click trigger 1. Here in this UiPath message box, I'm going to type which one we have clicked? User has clicked the submit button, right? The first one is submit button. So I'm going to type user clicked on submit button, close. Done. What is the second one? Clicked on start button. The second one, I'm going to use a message box and I'm going to say user clicked on start button. And what is the third one? Download button. Okay. So, and you can use a counter variable. You can design. Okay, up to you how you would like to design, and you can design so many things. You wanted to know how many times somebody has clicked. All these things can be done. So I'm going to say user clicked on download button. Okay, so we are done designing on the designer panel. Everything is created. Now what I'm going to do, let's run it and see. As per the desired design we have done on UiPath, it should show me the output properly. Okay, so let it start monitoring. Look at this. Now it has read all the 3 trigger activities. Click trigger executing. That means everything, all the 3 things are ready. Okay, for example, if I'm going to click on start button, so which would get activated? Click trigger 2 is going to get activated. Okay, and as per the switch case, it should show me user has clicked on start button. Okay, let me hit on start. Okay, let's see. Now you can see it went to the proper case and it showed me user clicked on the start button. Okay, now let's say I'm going to hit on download. I clicked on the download button. Now what it said, user clicked on download button. So don't you think this is very interesting topic? So please, apply this. Try to go through the entire small mini project that I have created. Please do create it and experiment this so that you learn how this one works. Okay, you learn how this one works. Okay, now it is going to show me somebody has clicked on the submit button. So alright guys, thank you so much for watching this, and I'm pretty sure after watching the entire video you have understood how to use the UiPath click trigger activity, how to use the UiPath multi-click trigger, what is the arcs understanding in the UiPath trigger scope activity, and how to use the switch case activity in the UiPath Studio. So thank you guys for watching it. We are going to meet again in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.